Hello, it's Dr. Darnise. Welcome back into the Lifestyle Salon. Listen, have y'all heard the news? Black women not getting paid as much in Hollywood as white women. You probably heard. So today we're talking about, just that. Taraji P. Henson has, made this statement recently, very, tear-filled statement that as a black actress in Hollywood, she is not getting her due respect, even though she has proven herself in all kinds of films and television. She is clearly one of the best actresses in Hollywood, right? And she's been getting minimal money. Now, as black women, we know that we're in the workplace. We often are at the very bottom, right? Historically. Now we're seeing a lot of black women rise up into the upper echelons of, corporate position. Who comes to mind right now? The new president of Harvard University. But watch how they're coming for her right now, right? Over this Israel and Gaza situation. Watch how they're not done. They're not done, right? With Sister Gay from Harvard. As black women, we know that a lot is expected of us over and above in our workspaces. And we're not expected to say anything, right? This just is part of the black superwoman trope that is played out. We're all tired of it, right? We're all overly burdened by this idea of the black superwoman. And we know that we have been fully capable, right? We have had to climb that ladder. We have had to do multiple things, take care of households and children and older relatives. We know we've had to do all of this, right? And many times all we get is complaints. A lot of times what we get is a comparison to women of other races to tell us how we're not soft enough, feminine enough. Well, we don't have the same life here, right? We're not all responsible for as many things. And so if black women tend to come off as a little more edgy, it's because we're carrying a lot more. We're carrying a lot more as a rule, right? So now, if we look at these women, right, because I said that I'm going to be doing some videos looking at, pop culture and entertainment because it catches everybody's eyes and ears, right? I can be on here all day talking about these same things from a general point of view, right? About black women and carrying, having a cape and all this. I've done all that, right? I'm all over the internet talking about those kinds of things. But, and some people obviously follow me. But when we see people who we have on a pedestal for a variety of reasons, when we see that they're struggling with the same things, like, oh yeah, because it has all of our attention now. Okay, so Taraji is now telling us that she is experiencing this as an actress in Hollywood, right? We also heard Viola Davis tell us this, right? She said she is often called the Black Meryl Streep. She comes out of the same kind of training camp as Sigourney Weaver, Julianne Moore, like that league of actresses, right? They get the bigger roles. They get the bigger salaries. By far, Viola Davis says. Now, we look at Viola as she is the top ladder. She and maybe Angela Bassett are the top tier black women actresses. They should be getting all the money that is to be gotten from an actress in Hollywood. Why are they not? Huh, right? So Viola said, oh, you're going to call me the Black Meryl Streep and you say you love me like Meryl Streep and Glenn Close. Okay, well, pay me that money. Viola said, she's still on the phone herself, not just her agent and management, right? She's on the phone herself, having to bargain and still come up short, right? Okay, now y'all remember too, Monique tried to tell us all. Monique told us. And people came out in full force, blazing at her, at Monique. How dare she think she should get this and that, and she's just being difficult. Why does Monique think she should get blah, blah, blah? And Monique said, you're not going to shortchange me about out my money. You're not going to shortchange me out my money. I'm just not going to work then. Right? And I'm thinking of, that's a powerful position for a black woman to make. I just rather not work. If you're going to treat me like I'm just, a workhorse out here making money for everybody else, no. And Monique stood her ground for years. Y'all remember? She stood her ground for years, and people talked bad about her. She had her own podcast with her husband, naming names. Well, she's working with, on Precious in particular. She was talking about that film Precious. Lee Daniels, Oprah called her, told her that she should just go along. Oprah told her she should just go along. Monique says she's still waiting on an apology from Oprah. We don't know if she's gonna ever get it or not, but Monique tried to tell us as well. It's just the norm for black women to be on the bottom in terms of the pay scale, right? So now Taraji P. Henson is literally pouring out her heart. Very, she's in tears. She's saying she might not work. She might give up acting. It's so bad that it's taking such a toll on her that she might give up acting because she's having to take the least, take the crumbs, and still, she gets rewarded. She gets different awards or whatever. People praise her in public. But when it comes time to sign that check, they lowball her. I don't know about you, but it's happened to me too in the academy. Y'all know I'm a college professor. Happens all the time. I cannot tell you how much people love me in my university. How many times people say that. My classes are full all of the time. I have a waiting list every semester. Other people's classes don't even make, right? Meaning you don't get enough people who want to take it, so they have to cancel that class. That's never happened to me since 2005. Love. Okay, well, when it comes time for my contract, though, oh, we can't do that. And I bet some of you watching, you have your own stories too. So I look forward to you putting in the comments. How have you experienced this in the workplace? Right? Now, sometimes we look at celebrities and we're like, well, they all make a whole lot of money, so we don't care. We're not crying for them. It's the principle. Because if you can get to the top tier of your own company, your own office, your own wherever you work, if you get to the top, are they going to lowball you? Yes, they're going to lowball you. Unless you're willing to dig in your heels and fight like Monique did. But what comes with that? You get called all the names. You're unreasonable. You're difficult to work with. Who do you think you are? You might get blackballed. You might not even work in your industry anymore. You might lose what security you thought you had. Now does it click? Oh, if it's happening to those women over there, it most certainly can happen to me over here. And because we're not talking about millions, we talking about, 100 grand or less. That means if I don't work, I literally don't have a roof over my head. So let's remember, they are the ones who are modeling it for us, but we see it like, oh, right. That is exactly what happens to women, black women in the workplace. And so we're not surprised that we see Taraji talking about it or that Viola talked about it. As a matter of fact, I used to play that clip from Viola Davis saying that, having that conversation in my class. I teach a class called Black Cultural Arts. And I would talk about that, right? Like even at the highest of echelons, people can pat you on the back. People can give you an award. I have two plaques myself around here somewhere in my office. They are recognition of me as being a great professor of the year, a faculty award of the year or something. A faculty award. But when it came down to do my contract and pay me my money, So I want to hear your stories. Oh, and don't people owe Monique an apology because she already tried to tell us? Mm-hmm. Leave a comment. Let me know how it's affecting you, what you think of it. Like, share. Remember, I'm trying to grow this channel over here. This is for us as black women. That's why I named this channel Black Women Deserve More. We deserve more than the crumbs, right? That's why I named this channel Black Women Deserve More. And if you've been with me all the way through to the last of this video, put that in the chat. Black women deserve more. All right, that's it. Like, share, subscribe, and look ahead to an announcement that I got coming up for an event in February. All right, bye for now.